Your power goes out, remember just how inconvenient your life can be. No lights, no refrigeration, no heating or cooling, no electronics. But with a Generac home standby generator, you'll have power when you need it. Our Generac generators automatically provide backup power after sensing a power outage, so your life goes on uninterrupted. Get a free 10-year warranty with the purchase of any air-cooled generator. Call Generac Generators today. Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
Streaming from the Tampa Bay 28 Weather Center in Studio A, this is Dennis Phillips Live. Brought to you by Generac Generators. Life is primitive without power.
How you doing, everybody? It's a Monday night edition of Dennis Phillips Live. Welcome, whether you're watching on The Spot on television, we are on broadcast tonight, or on all of our social platforms or streaming. Hope you had a great weekend to all the moms out there and the grandmas and the aunts. Hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. The weather certainly cooperated. I know a lot of moms are like, yeah, just give me some rain. I could use some rain for my garden. I could use some rain for my lawn. Tomorrow, we actually have a increasing chance of some rain in the afternoon. Now, no, not everybody's going to get rain. But we're going to jump right in. We're going to do something we don't normally do. Normally, there's at least some sort of nonsense, tomfoolery, shenanigans of some sort starting the show, and that can very often take the entire 30 minutes. But we actually have a guest in studio from St. Pete Italian Fest, which is coming up this coming weekend. So because we have a guest in studio, we are going to jump right in because we do have a lot of questions already about what's going on tomorrow and what the rain chances are. And there are some. So let's go ahead and we're going to start off with the forecast, talk a little bit about the fire dangers. Charlotte, how you doing? Nice to see you. Paul, good to see you. Randy, Brooksville, Riverview's in the house with Corby. Ben at Point Maria. Oklahoma City checking in with Tyler. How you doing? Zephyr Hills with Debbie. So as usual, Sarasota's in the house. We have folks from all over the country watching, as we often do. Now, of course, when we get hurricanes, tropical storms, our viewership becomes 11 billion pretty much. But right now we're in a lull, but maybe not tomorrow. So there's the fire dangers. And this is something noteworthy because if you look at where the current fires are burning across the state, and you can kind of see the one that's got most of the talk is the one down in South Florida, right? This one right here. And last check, now this is a different one. This is actually Whitegate. This is only about 100 acres. There was literally one with over 1,100 acres burning, and that would be down to the southeast in the Everglades, and it's this one, the Max Road Fire. See it? And this last check was 50% contained, as it is right now. Right now, covering 11,090 acres in Broward County, mostly in the Everglades. And, you know, you get these kind of fires from time to time in the Glades, and sometimes they don't even really fight them because it is kind of a natural setting down there. And as long as it doesn't cause any impact to structures, sometimes it's literally a matter of maybe just burning out fire lines and then letting it go until we can get some rain or until it burns itself out. But you notice tomorrow, across the entire state, the risk of fires moderate, lower off to the north because of the rain. And that's something they have not seen in the Panhandle for quite a while. We have not had, they're in a bigger drought in the Panhandle and in southern Georgia than we are here. And their fire dangers have been higher, but not so much now. Even though the latest drought index comes out as of last Thursday, and they are on a scale of 1 to 5. They're a 5, the worst there is. We're a 4, but they've had some pretty significant rains over the last 3 or 4 days. So I do believe there is some help on the way. Diana and Tarpon, how you doing? So there's a look at radar, and we're still dodging some showers across Highlands County, eastern Polk. It'd be nice if we could get some of that rain closer to our area. In fact, our guest from the St. Pete Italian Fest, she's literally just down the street from me, and we're kind of like, yeah, we need some rain. But unfortunately, we have not seen too much of late. But look what's in the northern Gulf. That, my friends, is a blob of rain. Yes, that is the official meteorological term. It is a blob of rain. There's no organization to it. It's just kind of hanging out there. Now, if you were to look at the models earlier on today, they're like, yeah, not really that impressed with the rain chances in our area. But how quickly things can change in Florida, and dare I say how quickly they can change back the other direction. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about in just a minute. Temperatures right now mid to upper 80s across our inland spots. I mean, St. Pete 88 degrees, Tampa 86, Clearwater 84, Bradenton 86, Lakeland 88, Wesley Chapel, the WC at 85. Highs today, mid to upper 90s. Sebring, 98. Apparently it was too hot for Lake Wales to even report. We got no report from them. They're like, I'm not going to go out in that heat. Are you crazy? 93 in Winter Haven, 95 Lakeland, Plant City 93, Zephyr Hills 94. So yes, the official meteorological term stinking hot comes into play on a day like today. However, tomorrow we do see the chance for some showers. 86 right now at the airport in Tampa. Humidity 59%, west-northwest winds at 8 miles an hour. Look at the folks lined up along the beach. I'm going to make that graphic go away. Watch this. So I'm going to take that banner off. And look at all the people. There's a lot of people out there looking for the sunset. That's over at the mainsail. And look at the people in the water. Now, I would previously say everyone in the water is not a Floridian. That guy's got a surfboard. I would say they're not a Floridian. However, we have now passed the 80-degree temperature, so it is safe for Floridians to go in the water. It has hit 80 degrees. Now, some people are saying that's even too cold. But look at that. Look at that giant wave that crashed on his surfboard. That was like a half-foot wave. That's an amateur out there. Regardless, there's a look at folks out there getting ready to enjoy a beautiful sunset. That's a lot of people on the beach. That's more than we've seen in quite a while. And the high today hit 92. Normal is 88. The average is 78 this morning. That is 8 degrees above average. Michael from Palm Harbor in the house. How you doing? Daniel asking, who am I rooting for now that the playoffs are out? Carolina looks tough. You know, Marty, I'm a big Marty St. Louis guy, and Montreal has surprised the Sabres so far. So I don't know. I mean, you know, Colorado looks tough. Carolina looks tough. It could easily be those two teams. All right. Becky, how you doing? Nice to see you as well. All right, so there's a look at the satellite and the radar. You got your interior counties with the rain going on. All right, let's go ahead and look at Futurecast. And I'm going to take this down hour by hour for you here. All right? So this tomorrow morning takes us to 8 o'clock in the morning. And that blob that I talked about, you see it in the northwest. Now, the models are picking up on this and saying, hey, some of that rain is going to make it into our neck of the woods by late morning, early afternoon. Let me be clear. I am at 7:37 being very clear. I think they're overdoing it, all right? I think the models are overdoing this rain. However, I do think there will be some that's going to get here. Matter of fact, earlier this afternoon, when Greg was on and Jason was on, the model showed nothing of the sort. Yes, some rain, but not to this extent. So what they're doing is they're seeing that blob and they're saying, hey, it's going to hang together up until it moves through our area. I find that unlikely, but not impossible. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, all right? And then I do think the bulk of the rain that develops stays east of I-75. I think most of the afternoon storms tomorrow will be inland and east. But there is the chance for some afternoon showers closer to the coast, and I think we'll see some. I'm just not sold that they're going to look quite as impressive as this. I hope they will. But my experience is like, yeah, once these get closer, a lot of time they start to fizzle out a little bit. There's 7 o'clock, and then there's 8 o'clock, and then there's 10 o'clock, maybe a few lingering showers. So at least, as we say, saying at least there's a chance. So I'm saying there's a chance. There absolutely is. And even a few lingering showers in the overnight. Wednesday morning, maybe an isolated shower. The front comes through, and then we dry out for the rest of the work week. Thursday, Friday, right back in the low to middle 90s. Rainfall forecast, obviously Tuesday is the day, the best chance. Wednesday, maybe a scattered couple of showers. And then by Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we are back to heat and dry. Do I have a Memorial Day forecast, Donna? It'll be hot. That's about all I can go with this far out. It will be hot. And we will be live at the Crooked Thumb. So we'll talk about that coming up later. There's your beach forecast and your boating forecast. Water temperature up to 82 degrees with some scattered afternoon storms. Once it hits 80, I'm like, all right, I'm good. I can go out there. There's your beach forecast. Highs in the mid-80s. A lot of sunshine. Early and then mostly cloudy with rain likely. All right, there's the 7-day. 89 tomorrow. Rain chances 60%. So let's be very clear about that number. When I say there's a 60% chance of rain, that means 40% of you ain't gonna get nothing. That's the way I'm going with it. So I don't want to hear at 5:30 tomorrow afternoon, hey, Dennis, you said it was gonna rain all day, which inevitably I'm gonna get that. No, all right? 60% coverage. I do think there will be some scattered showers west of I-75. I think the more widespread will be along and east of I-75 later on in the afternoon. All right? We got weather done in 10 minutes. That may be a record. After this break, we're going to be talking another big event at St. Pete. St. Pete gets all the big events lately. And the St. Pete Italian Fest is coming up this Saturday. And we're going to be talking with the folks from there coming up in 90 seconds as DPL continues. All right, Donna, your turn. Okay.
Let me get a sip of my water.
All right. You are going to sit here.
Okay.
I will hold the chair because the chair has a mind of its own sometimes when you try to jump up in it.
Oh, gosh. All right.
We are still streaming right now on socials, so here.
And it just shows a commercial?
Yeah. Well, no, it's showing what we're doing.
Oh.
So you can say hi to everybody out there because they can see you. All right, you are going to be, your close-up camera is going to be on camera 2. Our camera, me and you, are going to be on camera 1.
Oh, I was waving down there.
No, that's going to be you when Derek takes you straight up. When, in other words, when it's just you, he might, and you'll see yourself. How much time we got left? What does that clock say? 42? 42, okay. So you're good, and when we're talking, we're on this camera, and you can then the comments and the questions. Donna Crowley, yes?
Yes.
Do you know Kimberly?
Yes.
You know? Okay.
That's my daughter.
Oh, how you doing? Hey, Kimberly, nice to see you. All right, well, are you so excited to see your mom on TV? Have you been on TV before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I have.
From time to time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here and there, doing interviews, you know.
Cool.
Yeah.
I see you got this down. All right, we are back in 15 seconds. Let's go ahead and take this full. And if you guys have any questions, feel free. All right, I don't really need to see it on this one because I'm seeing it here. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Dennis Phillips Live. And we have a guest here from St. Pete Italian Fest, right?
Yes.
And Donna Crowley, and we were looking on our comments, which, as always, the best way to experience this show, Donna, is you're on TV right now, but at the same time, you can ask questions, and I can monitor the questions on the phone here. And Donna, apparently, I just found out, lives pretty close to my house.
That's right, right down the street.
But yet, at this point, she has yet to experience the mayhem that is Christmas lights time.
Right.
But you're going to change
Well,
that.
I saw the long line of traffic, and I was just like, I don't know if I can do this, but I think I could walk. So I think that's what I'll do this year.
That's the way to do it, because she is not exaggerating. The line of traffic at its worst one time, and you know the area, went from our neighborhood all the way to Belcher, bumper to bumper. Yeah. So it's craziness. But that's still 6 months down the road. Something far more sooner than that this Saturday is the St. Pete Italian Fest.
Absolutely.
And it was cool because I was talking to Donna, and you started this from scratch.
Right.
So kind of tell us a little bit about how that happened.
So I wanted to do a car show at the St. Pete Pier. and they basically told me no, that I couldn't do that. So I decided to do a St. Pete Italian Fest and do a a Italian car show. And then it just kind of blew up from there, and I just went in the direction more of the Italian Fest. People wanted the food. I'm sorry, I have a cough drop in my mouth. But people wanted more of the food and the music and the culture. So that's what I am bringing to it now. I'm doing more focus on the food.
And here are some of the pictures that you sent. So kind of give folks an idea of what they will see when they come out. And is it on Saturday or Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday, just Saturday,
Okay.
all day, May 16th.
So obviously, I would think the first thing that a lot of folks would think of is food.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about,
So
there's Italian sausage.
Yeah, and everyone loves the Italian sausage. So we're doing more of that this year, actually. We're making, I think we're doing 2 different locations with the Italian sausage. But really, I spent a lot of time trying to find the authentic Italian food, and so that, you know, people don't get upset and say, oh, that's not real Italian food.
Do they get that way?
They do.
Yeah?
They do, and you know, I have to turn away a lot of vendors that are not Italian, and they're constantly contacting me all day, every day.
Now, what's that car?
So that is a Fiat, I believe.
That's a little
or
Fiat?
Alfa Romeo or Fiat. I think it's a Fiat.
It looks like a mini car. It looks like a
Yeah.
clown car. It's
We
very
have
little.
Fiat, Alfa Romeo, we have Ferrari, Lamborghini, so we will have a good display of Italian cars there. But our main thing this year that we're really wanting to blow up and do every year is a bocce ball tournament.
Look, it's Luigi.
Yeah, we have Luigi, and we have
Luigi.
Mario coming too.
Well, where was Mario? I mean, what the heck?
I don't know if you got that photo.
Okay, I don't think I did. All right, so Luigi's there. But you said,
Luigi's there.
okay, now I've never played bocce ball. So what is bocce ball?
Bocce ball is traditional Italian yard game. So I grew up playing it in my backyard. It's super easy, very easy to learn. There's
What's
a
that?
Ferrari there.
So if you're a big car enthusiast, you're probably going to love to come out and see some of that as well.
Right.
And you can what? You can have test drives for that too?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
Unfortunately not. But you can
I'm outta
take
here.
pictures and yeah. come
Okay,
check
also
out
you
the
got
cars.
pictures and stuff. Well, that's cool. All right, so back
So-
to bocce ball.
So a traditional Italian game, super easy to learn. And I think people are intimidated. I don't know why. It's not like pickleball. It's super easy. You just, you have a little ball called a Polino, a little white ball, and you toss it out. And then you have 2 teams, and each team goes and tries to get their ball closest to the Polino. And at the end, whoever's ball is closest wins, and you play up to about 12, usually 12 or 15 points, depending on how you're playing the game. And the first team to get to that amount of points wins.
So is there like a target that they have to go for, like skee ball?
So there's a
you know,
court.
or-
There's a court. It's a certain
court.
size. They call it a court. When you play in your backyard, it's smaller, but tournaments, it's 91 feet long and
Oh,
13
okay.
feet wide. So it's a pretty big court.
So it's not like croquet either. Because I
Not
mean,
really.
croquet, you know, you're using a mallet, obviously, but you're hitting the ball to hit
You're
something else.
You're tossing it, and you have 2 teams of 4. So each person goes one at a time, each team, and then whoever's closest ball gets the point.
And there's going to be a tournament. So is it? So I mean, are there like ringers that come in? Like people are really super good at it. I mean, is it like a prize
There
kind of a
may
thing?
be some, but I'm trying to make it more of a casual tournament. So we're having an intro class before the tournament so that anyone can come and learn. We'll teach you how to play, and then you can play in the tournament.
That's a good idea. So Deb wants to know, where is this going to happen? Where is this event going to
This
be?
is in Vinoy Park, downtown St. Pete.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
And
pretty much
Saturday?
the whole park. It's you know, it's pretty big.
Must be kind of cool to know that you started something from scratch and then just watch it get bigger and
Right.
bigger each year.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like to do all the work leading up to it, like 6 to 8 months of planning, and then it just happens and it's over in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, what happened here? Yeah, I get that, all
But
that work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
Now, where do you get the vendors from? Because I mean, if I were to go, the food is obviously. I mean,
Right.
and you said that there's a cannoli eating contest.
Yes.
All right, well, tell me about that.
So it's a company called Holy Cannoli, and they're in downtown St. Pete. And I love that name because I say that sometimes.
Holy
like,
Cannoli.
Holy Cannoli.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a thing. So it's a clever name, and they are sponsoring all the cannolis. We're doing a cannoli contest. So you can, well, everyone's already entered now. So we have all of our contestants and some really funny ones too.
Oh,
so
it's
it should
full,
be,
so people cannot enter
they can't
now.
enter now, it's already
Okay,
full,
right.
but you can watch, and it should be pretty entertaining. So the first one to finish eating 5 cannolis wins.
And I don't think I've ever actually had a cannoli. I've seen them, but I don't think I have.
I can't
mean,
believe that. It's my
5 doesn't
favorite
seem
dessert.
like that many.
Well, they're pretty big. I mean, they're like,
So what's the normal time for the winner?
This is the first time I'm doing it, so I don't know
you've
what a
never done it
normal
before.
time is. So we're going to see. This is going to be, and then next year maybe they'll come
Nice.
back and
Yeah.
and do it again. But
It's not like the hot dog eating contest where they've got 75 of them and they're just stuffing their faces
we're
on
going
it.
to start with this and see how it goes. But I mean, it's a lot. I mean, they're filled with cream.
Right,
You
I've seen
know.
them.
So I mean,
So that's going to be, what time is that happening?
2:30.
Okay, so what time is the entire event?
It's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay,
So if,
all
you know, you come for lunch, you can stay for dinner. You get, try more than one vendor.
And the weather will be perfect. How do you get the vendors? I mean, because you said it's authentic.
Right.
So
So they have to apply, and we open up our application period in November, and they just start applying, and they're still applying. They've been calling me all day.
that is awesome. Hey, we got to hit a break, but we want to bring Donna back. We'll be back in 90 seconds, and we'll continue talking about this and your forecast as DPL continues. See, here's what happens. I start talking, and then the show just flies
goes
by.
by so
I know it does.
fast. It's like-
that was a 9-minute
Was
segment.
it 9 minutes? How is it 9
It
minutes?
was. I know. It's crazy.
crazy.
All right, here's a good question. David wants to, and we'll touch on this coming back. Do you buy tickets for the food? Do you pay the vendors? Is it cashless? These are all questions that are coming.
So we're going to come back to those?
Yeah, we'll come back to
Okay.
them. Yeah, we get this is.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. It flies by, and people are like, because I'm already way behind on a break. I have another break to hit, and we're out at 58. So I'm gonna only probably be able to go about 3 minutes on this segment. So that's
Okay.
okay, because we've
Okay.
covered most of it anyway.
All right.
And we'll back in
So we'll
what,
just
40
go
seconds.
quick
Okay.
answer
Yeah,
some
it does.
questions.
Okay, is there a web link? That's
Yes.
another okay, we'll
Okay.
touch on that. Randy says he's never met a cannoli he didn't like. Yeah, actually, I think I've had one. Now, forgive me, it's not on TV. I don't feel quite as stupid. Is tiramisu? Is that an Italian dish or is
Yeah,
that?
it is.
That is.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really care for that as much, but cannoli is my favorite dessert.
And it's just a pastry with the cream. What kind of cream is it?
It's
Like a Bavarian kind of a cream?
No, it's almost like a cross between a cream and a frosting.
Ooh, that sounds good.
But Italians get mad if it's all straight frosting because that's not a real cannoli.
In the next break, I'm going to tell you a story and you'll laugh at it. Okay, we're back in 3, 2. Welcome back to Dennis Phillips Live. I was just talking to Donna, and again, St. Pete Italian Fest this coming Saturday. We're like, that was a 9-minute segment. She's like, it just flies by, because it does. I mean, and you got stuff that you're talking about. So let's give the details for the folks who are just tuning in. St. Pete Italian Fest this weekend. How do you get tickets? How do you pay for the food? All that sort of stuff.
Okay, so the tickets are online right now, $15. They'll be $20 at the gate. stpeteitalianfest.com, so you can go online, get your tickets. The food is all entirely separate unless you have a VIP ticket. So if you buy a VIP ticket, then you get to go into the tasting tent and you can try some of the food before you buy.
And are those still available?
Yes.
You can get those. But you cannot enter the cannoli eating contest. We were talking about, because that's
Yeah,
full.
that's full. But you can enter to play bocce ball.
Okay.
So if you sign up and get a ticket to play in the bocce ball tournament, you also get a complimentary VIP ticket. So
Oh.
it really is worth it.
Yeah.
You get to have fun playing the game and be in the VIP.
So if people are looking ahead and they plan on training for the cannoli eating contest for next year, when can they start applying for that? Is that something that you let people know if they want to sign up? Because I guarantee you there's people out there like, dang it, I wanted to be it and it was too late.
Right. So we usually do it on our Facebook page. We do contests starting in like January all the way and up until the event where you can win free tickets. And we do contests to enter the cannoli contest.
And what is your Facebook
So
page?
St. Pete, Italian Fest St. Pete, sorry.
Okay, Italian
So it's
Fest.
backwards on the Facebook. It's Italian Fest St. Pete.
Okay, and again, the individual vendors, you just pay the individual vendors for the food, or you buy tickets? How does that work?
Yes, you just pay straight to the vendors.
Okay,
for
perfect.
the
That was
food.
one of the questions from Daniel, and we were talking, about what the best cannolis in Boston at Mike's Pies. Now, you're from
Ooh,
Boston.
Yeah, I've never been there though.
Yeah, so
have to try it next
I'm
time.
familiar with Mike's Pies. So are you,
Okay.
Ren, are you saying that is in Boston, or are you saying that it's a Boston person here? Because there's a Mike's Pies locally, and I have a lot of people are loving. A lot of people are saying that they love cannolis, and that's your thing too,
Right, that's my
your
thing,
favorite.
yep.
All right, 90 seconds, one more hit. We got to hit a break, and we'll be back with our last segment of Dennis Phillips Live. Okay, so here's the story. So this was 20 years ago. I get a call from somebody, and we were talking about spaghetti models, about the hurricane spaghetti models. And there was a guy in Clearwater, and he was telling me that he was a member of an Italian-American club in Clearwater, and he was absolutely livid that we were calling spaghetti models. Why don't you call them something different? And I go, that's the name of them. I don't know. Do you want me to call them pasta plot or something? I didn't know. Know what
hilarious.
To say. Oh, but he was livid. So when you're talking about the people who are saying that, you know, they want it to be truly authentic Italian food. Right. I mean, I get it. There's some purists out there that, I mean, and that makes sense.
They get upset. Like, you know, if you even have a hot dog vendor, you know, I mean, there was somebody that tried to do an Italian fest in St. Pete before me. And that was the thing. They had just let every vendor in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then people got mad. And so when I started, they were just like, you know, you're not going to be doing that, are you? And I'm like, no. We're having this is Italian food, you know?
All right, that's awesome. All right, so we have our last segment, and it will run about 3 minutes, so we might as well just stay. Mike's Pastry, North End. That's a Boston thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
So
that's
that
different
might
than
be
the one
something
here.
different. Yeah, because
Okay.
there is a Mike's Pies. I'm very familiar with them. Well, you
Mike's
saw
Pastry.
JJ Gandy's is opening back up, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I got right on the Freedom Trail, she said, actually.
Okay.
So there you go. Yeah, I'm a big JJ Gandy's key lime pie guy, and you saw that they sold it to a
I didn't know
they sold it to. Is that clock not moving? Oh yeah, that clock's not moving for whatever reason. The breaks the night. So we're back in.
Geez.
All right, we
okay.
got 3 minutes. We were talking about JJ Gandy's because
So good.
yes, Donna lives in Palm Harbor. And I did the Hurricane Expo a couple days ago, and JJ Gandy's has had this pop-up tent that over by Devines, and they were having some of their cookies and some of their pies. And matter of fact, on the whatever day is the day before Memorial Day, it's either the 24th or the 25th, that Sunday, we're having a meet and greet at the Crooked Thumb. It's the brewery in St. Pete. And JJ Gandy's said, oh, we can bring some pies over, and we can bring some cookies over. And it is so good. And the family that originally did it, they retired, but they sold the recipes to this new owner who now has it going, and it is going to open up shortly. So anyway, that's coming up this weekend. All right, so in our last 2 minutes, and again, this flew by. Thank you again so much for coming by. Remind folks, if you're just tuning in one more time, and we were talking about, you know, how the Italian food, and it's interesting because authentic Italian food differs. I mean, I know some people have preferences, you know, like I will go to Carrabba's and get a chicken marsala, and I'll get a chicken marsala somewhere else, and it's very, very different because I think the true authentic one is different. So everybody that you're going to have is truly authentic Italian vendors and food.
Some of them are Italian American, and some of them like just came here from Italy. I have a restaurant that I did an interview with today, actually, earlier this morning, and they just came here from Italy 8 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Their stuff is truly authentic. They make all of their pastas same day, in-house, fresh bread, fresh pastas. So, yeah.
Are they going to be at the event?
They will be there, and they'll be in the VIP, and they'll have a booth in the general population area.
What's their name?
Ricky and Mila.
Okay.
Ricky
All right.
and Mila.
So, well then, okay, and lastly, give us some of the names, maybe of some of the vendors for folks to look out for, and remind folks in the last minute, again, this Saturday, Vinoy Park area from
11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
11
and
to 7.
I want to ask you one question, because when you called me and asked me to come on here, I was like, oh no, he's going to tell me there's a storm coming.
No, the weather's going to be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah,
but hot though, right?
It is going to be 90, but you're right on the water there. You're right on the bay at Vinoy, so you should get a nice little Gulf breeze or a nice little bay breeze, and I think you'll be good. So yeah, the weather will be beautiful, but it is going to be a little bit warm. So, so that's this coming Saturday, and again, there's car shows, there's authentic
Italian ice to stay cool.
There you go.
Yeah, Joe's Italian ice, great stuff.
And bocce ball contest and a class prior to, if you want to do it.
Right.
So
yeah,
that is
so you can learn to play and then play in the tournament.
It's awesome. Well, that's coming this weekend, Donna. Thank you so much for coming out. As always, folks, I appreciate it. Now, I am going to be off tomorrow. We are live on the spot. Allie will be here, so she'll be handling the DPL show. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. Watch out for the storms, and we'll see you tomorrow. We're out, and we are still on streaming, but that was it.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
See,
it went by super fast.
You were on 20 minutes, and it just never, ever feels that way. All right, let me see if there was any other questions that we had.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that people can ask questions. I've never done it like this before.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it really makes it multi-platform because some people would just rather sit back and watch on TV or flip channels, but there's a lot of folks that are real, you know, and again, if there's a storm around, the numbers go through the roof, as you would expect.
Right,
so,
right.
All right, so streamers are gone, and guys, tell you what, I'm going to do one more bit of forecast. You can,
Okay,
here,
I'm
I
good,
can
go.
help you
I can go.
get it down.
Yeah.
You got it?
All right.
All right.
Can we get a selfie real
Yeah,
quick?
absolutely.
Real quick. All right. Wait a minute, that's not us. There we go.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you.
Nice to
Thanks,
meet
Donna.
you. Let me
And-
know if you can make it to the festival.
Yeah, what's your daughter's name again?
Kimberly.
Kimberly, thanks for watching too. Appreciate it. Okay, so Charlotte, that's a good question. I don't know if Dr. Beach Gym is going to be on tomorrow. She was supposed to be, she still could be, but she was kind of my interview, and I don't know if she will. Oh, it's Vinoy Park, Deb. The location of that is Vinoy Park in St. Pete. All right, and that's a big venue, so that's a big location. So anyway, that's kind of what we're doing. Now here's what I'll do, guys. Yeah, feel free. Peter, what's your question? If you have questions about the rain, I can go ahead and give you a future cast again tomorrow. In fact, if you want, I can go back and show it to y'all. Yeah, so I'm not sure about Dr. Beach Gym. I kind of wanted to interview her. She was my suggestion. I wanted her because she's so awesome. But I'm off tomorrow. Well, I'm not going to be off. I'm just not going to be here for DPL. I'll actually be here for the 5 and the 11, but I won't be here for the 6 and for DPL. The Preakness is this weekend, Daniel. Yeah, but the Kentucky Derby winner's not going to be in it. So what the heck? More rain tomorrow or Wednesday? More rain tomorrow. Limitless horizon. Let's go ahead and here. Let's just go back and. Oh, you know what? I take that back. Let's look at the euro. I just went the other direction here. Let's go ahead and look at the euro. All right, and we can show you. Let's call up the euro. Boom. Okay, here we go. So here's a look at the euro. All right. This is 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. You still see that area back in the northern Gulf. You still see it. So that is 8 a.m. That is 2 p.m. Get that other, there you go. That's 2 p.m. tomorrow. And that is 8 p.m. tomorrow night as it comes in. The euro is a little bit slower than the RPM is. Oh, wait a minute, my daughter Ryan is, hold on, she's calling. Just a second. Ryan Phillips, you are live on Dennis Phillips Live. What are you doing?
I'm laying in bed.
What do you mean you're laying in bed? What the heck?
Well, because Mom's out doing something tennis.
Okay, so your mom is out playing tennis and you're laying in bed. So guys, if you're unfamiliar with this is my daughter Ryan. Ryan at a very young age was the official orchestra leader for DPL with her piano and making the intro for the show. And over the years, you've seen Ryan, maybe even more than you want to, but you have seen Ryan a lot. And she's now checks in from time to time, and she's calling right now because she's bored. Is that correct, Ryan? You're just bored.
Yeah, I saw you on my Instagram Live,
So she saw me on Instagram. And as I'm looking, I'm still on Instagram right now. I do see that. So,
wait, I want to tell you something.
okay, can you tell me this where it's actually on TV?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, go ahead and tell me.
So basically, me and Jake were playing a game.
Your brother Jake, you and Jake were playing a game. Okay.
Yeah, and he said, we're like, you have to name 5 things that you would find in a kitchen in 5 seconds.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So I said spatula, whisk, and then I said sewing machine.
Yeah, I don't think sewing machine would be in the kitchen.
Yeah, I know. It just slipped out, and then it was really funny because we have a sewing machine in our dinner table.
Yeah, but that's not a permanent position. That's just there because you guys were doing some sewing, right?
Yeah, it just slipped.
It slipped. Okay. All right. Yeah. So did Jake win and you lost?
Well, it wasn't really a competition.
Oh, okay.
It was more of just, yeah.
I don't know. It probably would have been a competition if you had won. You would have then said, I beat Jake. but because you didn't win, it was not a competition. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. All right. Well, I have to finish my show and talk about the rain, and call me later.
Okay.
All right, sweetie. I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Okay, so there's Ryan. All right, let's go back to the Euro. That's 8 o'clock tomorrow night. All right? So the Euro at least is another model that is keeping that rain together, although it is a little bit slower, maybe about 5 or 6 hours slower than the RPM is. All right, so, and then it moves it through, and there is Wednesday morning, 8 o'clock. Maybe a few showers Wednesday afternoon, scattered stuff, and then drier air comes in, and we stay dry. More than likely, that's like the 17th, the 18th. Maybe, okay, so by the 19th, you know, maybe next Tuesday or Wednesday, enough moisture builds. That's borderline rainy season look. That's just like an easterly flow with some showers along the coast. And look at it again. Look at it moving from east to west. So that is a good thing. And there it is again. That's all the way through the 21st. So the Euro is definitely bringing a little bit of the summertime pattern by the early part of next week. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll go back to Futurecast, and then I'm going to go eat my dinner. All right, so, and I will answer any questions if you have any more. Yeah, I need to get Ryan on. She would be in studio with me. She would actually love it, and she would be pretty funny. Okay, there is a look at Futurecast. No, she wants to be she doesn't want to be on TV. She wants to be a musical. She wants to be on Broadway. Ryan wants to be on Broadway. That's what she wants. She wants to be on Broadway. All right, so there's a look at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon, 1, 2. See, this particular model, the rapid refresh model, brings the rain in between about 2 and 5. The Euro is more between maybe 6 and 9. But there's 4, there's 5, there's 6, there's 7, there's 8, there's 9, and then maybe a couple lingering showers over the weekend. But overall, it's obvious the best chance of rain will be on Tuesday, as you can see. Some decent rains across the area. All right? All right, guys, so I think that's about it. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you to Donna Crowley, for stopping by on very last second notice, so it was very sweet of her to do so. This coming Saturday from 11 to 7 at Vinoy Park in St. Pete. It's St. Pete Italian Fest. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, Allie will be in for me for DPL. I will be back Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. So it's just tomorrow that I will not be here for DPL, but I will be here for the 5:30, and 11 o'clock news. So thanks again for watching. You have a great night, and we will see you on tomorrow night's edition of Dennis Phillips Live. See you guys.